All right. We're seeing somewhat insane odds in the channel points betting right now. I gotta
Yeah.
say, 1 to
Oh,
17 on Paralon right now. So here we
they're
are.
betting in favor of Petric, right?
Yes, here we are.
Okay.
Game two. This best of five for the bronze third place champion of the Spring Invitational. And now we have Petric taking the blue Aeon up in the north, and Paralon down one game, taking the purple Seraphim down in the south. And what do you think about Aeon on this map?
Uh, I think they're the best faction here. I mean, look, it's flat ground basically everywhere, and there's no special characteristics to the map that would invalidate Aeon's advantage with the Aurora. So I think they're the best faction. I mean, the Aurora is just, Aurora versus Tham on flat ground. Who's gonna win with, good micro from Petric, of all people. I don't think it's. I don't really see the argument to be made for choosing a different faction. I think Seraphim probably is the best faction against Aeon, maybe, on this map. With the Zooies, if you really can do something with the Zooies, maybe. And you're gonna have to, I think, make air. I think, yeah, it has to be an air-based approach in some way for Paralon, but it's gonna be really tough for him.
Yeah,
Maybe
we're seeing
maybe
fast air coming
early
out from
damage.
Paralon here.
Yeah, I think early damage, get an advantage out of the opening is gonna be crucial.
Petric has gone
Uh,
ahead and queued up a seventh air factory. Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna take a while.
he has his whole build planned out. So he's going hydrocarbon, then a P-gen, and then three factories. Sorry, four factories with no additional P-gens until the fourth factories, or yeah, the fourth one after the first, and then four more P-gens, another land factory. This kind of forward planning, I'm not familiar with it in my gameplay.
Well, you are somewhat more familiar with the Idle ACU gameplay if I had to roast you a
Oh,
bit.
okay, we're throwing shade. All right, fellow casters, that's beautiful. Oh, look at this! Look at the
Anything for
approach
you,
from
Jagged.
Petric.
Yeah, Flare
It's
immediately going to the
it,
Celine, but
it's
it's
all
cloaked.
about the labs.
It wasn't cloaked enough. Got an attack order there, so that Celine goes down. The other Celine looks like it'll be safe.
Yeah,
Stealthy
nice
guy.
placement there. Yeah, we're very unlikely to see the ACU go to that area, so that Celine's going to be there for the rest of the game. So Petric going pretty heavy on the labs. He's got 6, 7 on the map now, but also going
This
for
this Celine could actually just kill this NG if the bomber misses it. But good
the
bomb.
NG. That NG dodged back into the bomb. I want to point out that he was actually out of range and turned back into it. Another bomb coming in.
Yeah,
Perfect
great
dodge.
dodge on that one.
Yeah, beautiful.
And now a
No
second
dodge
bomber is
here.
out for Paralon, and he's just really going all in on the bombers here. Mobile A is going to start having to come out, but tons of labs for Petric on the left side. Should completely overrun this position unless the bombers can defend somehow. Petric
Yeah, so
actually getting his land factory bombed.
does manage to finish the mechs on the left, which is nice, but again, another NG goes down. He's going to have to be doing decent counter damage with the labs, and I mean, he's succeeding already. I mean, there's a Tham going down, but he's missed the NG on the left, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, no
And the
scout with
bomber,
these guys. Somewhat a sad sight to
no,
see.
he may have lost the scout, I think. Oh, the NG.
It's running.
Okay, that's unusual.
It's not being chased.
That
Oh,
he
there we
actually
go.
missed that.
The reaction.
Yeah, sending the bombers after the labs seems like a bad approach, but I mean, now you can see if actually there's two anti-airs from Petric. He's now sent them out of the base. So the base is vulnerable to bombing once again, and there's a lot of air scouts, so if Paralon's active with the air scouts, he can find better places to use the bombers than against the labs, who are gonna dodge pretty regularly. Good NG kill there with a bomber, and another one in the right expansion thanks to the Celine, no doubt. So getting good damage done.
Petric is just not being allowed to expand at any point in this entire game. The bombers are always everywhere because Petric has opted not to build an air factory, so Paralon's going to do the smart thing and just continue to build bombers.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's doing well, and all the anti-air at the moment, there's 3 anti-airs on the left side, all in one position, and now there's more in the base. Air factory is up now for Petric, so maybe he can actually
Yeah, now we're
deal
seeing
with these
the bombers actually going directly after the ACU as Paralon looks to force the ACU of Petric back. He's losing quite a bit of health.
This is ambitious. I mean, he takes some HP off, which is nice. That's going to help him in the future. And yeah, now he retreats. So it's good he didn't commit fully to that. I think he got some damage done. Petric retreated. And now he really should focus on the bombers with focus on Aurora, really. And just take the map control that should be available. Paralon is certainly behind on tanks at this point by the looks of it. And lacking some crucial mexes that he ought to have.
Yeah, Petric having 600 more mass invested into land units at this point. It's a pretty significant advantage.
Yeah, that's about 12 tanks, so that's quite a lot. I mean, Paralon doesn't have many more than 12 at the moment, so... And also, yeah, very quick to move heavily into Zoes from Paralon, so he'll have to make that work because those can turn into a wasted investment there.
Chat is wondering if Paralon is trolling.
If Paralon is trolling?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest.
Well, Twitch chat rarely does.
Okay, bomber goes down. We got several inties for Petric now, and they all have a bit of veterancy, which means they've been doing a good job. Air scouts have been dying, bombers have been dying. Paralon is not going to get more free damage with bombers at this point.
Although, Paralon does have 3 bombers currently hiding around the map, and yeah, here we go. He's going for the very nicely clumped P-gens.
I was looking at those and I was thinking a ground fire there would be glorious. And he could kill 6 P-gens, which obviously on this map would be huge and would probably enable him to then win air, because obviously you're not going to be able to support an air factory when you've just lost 6 P-gens. So if he could, he needs 3 bombers there and then 1 pass, and all those P-gens will be down. And actually, Petric at the moment is working on a ghetto gunship. He's building a transport, and the transport has just been bombed, so it's now lost 250 HP.
Well, is he going to try to commit to it? Yeah, I think he is. He's going to try to make the ghetto happen while bombers are killing literally all his power.
Oh, he's misplaced the ground fire.
Well,
but still.
Well,
okay,
one more.
2. Well, he needs 2 more passes now to kill all of them, and he's not going to get them. That's two P-gen kills.
3 bombers for 2 P-gens is not cost effective, guys. I mean, Petric is actually fine on economy. He's mass stalling, so he's no longer power stalling.
Yep.
And now actually, a very strong push on the right side by Petric. He's just running in there.
Yep. Ghetto gunship is out. Total air control as Paralon still investing in some bombers.
All right.
Seems to have no inties.
This ghetto gunship has less than 100 health. I don't know what it thinks it's doing.
It does actually.
Oh, and a huge army just gets completely caught out. Petric's Aurora just gonna all die for free.
Oh, that's a big fight.
I mean, forget about this ghetto gunship that's gonna die in about 2 seconds to like a single inti. This pickup, it's like 10 tanks for free.
And the Aurora was shooting the ACU there for some reason. So, quite strange. I mean, this ghetto should kill... Hang on, was...
There it goes.
I think Yeah, the ghetto dies and all the labs die. They're quite expensive labs. I think Paralon was trying to ground fire the arty to hit the transport there. By the way, so
That's really solid.
I respect the effort. It didn't happen, but he tried. Also, another transport for Petric, so maybe he'll go for another ghetto, a healthier ghetto this time. Hopefully, it does have a lot of potential, but in that case, the transport was just too low when he was trying to make it happen.
Petric trying to get range gun, but he has less than half the power he needs for that. So he just cancels it. He can't.
Ooh, he actually let that go up to maybe 15-20% by the looks of it, right?
Yeah, decent loss of mass and energy there.
So yeah, you don't like to see that. And so
No.
Paralon's doing has I mean losing the ghetto, losing that army, and having it immediately be reclaimed by the ACU, now canceling the gun. These are all knocks in Petric's advantage. So maybe Paralon could come back in this game. He's still down on map control though.
Paralon needs to not die here.
Oh, now he does have the nice mountain to hide behind. This is a very useful mountain. You can sort of dance around it,
Yeah, just juke.
especially against especially against longer range things like the ACU or Aurora. It's very useful to use this terrain.
But this push forces the army that was going to raid the radar and mechs on the left side to come back to middle, meaning that Petric is going to continue his map control advantage going forward. Like, Paralon does not have these left two mexes, this left mex, this mex.
Look at this drop. Look at this drop.
All right.
Petric dropping 2 artillery onto the plateau above the main base.
The biggest brain move I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. It just can kill everything. For free, forever. And he has air control, so bombers are going to have a hard time getting up here to kill it.
Yep.
The radar is going to go down, so they can't be targeted easily. Oh, God.
Yeah, now there's 2 factories that are under attack from the fervors. Fervors are going to eat through the factory's HP very quickly. Maybe P-gens, maybe the Hydro could be attacked. Artillery are going to fire up the mountain, but will they hit? Yeah, one goes down actually.
Paralon is going to try to capitalize on the back of this, making a serious push up the right side with his ACU and supporting tanks. Going to get some good Aurora kill there. And eventually he does pick up the random arties on the cliff with Zuis.
Yeah, the Zuis did a great job killing those. Also, T2 mechs from Paralon. Not sure when that went up, but there's some things going well for Paralon here. For example, Petric. Well, now Petric goes back to the gun idea. He has done very little with his ACU in this game.
Well, he's built a lot of power, so now he can actually afford this.
Yeah, but throughout the game, I mean, you can see Paralon almost at the first vet. Petric barely got kills with ACU, but now, yeah, he's making the gun very quickly, and that's going to be a major advantage for him.
Well, I'm not actually sure.
Control.
I think it's range gun, which is normally the gun you get first. But I think Paralon is ready to commit to a draw here. Like, he sees he doesn't have map control. He sees Petric just got the range gun. He's just... Yeah, I don't think this is working.
Yeah, there seems to be a few too many Aurora. I mean, there's a lot of fervors in there for some reason, but maybe they were for more drops. But yeah, Petric looks to be in a really good position now. The T2 mechs maybe slightly changed how we should see the map control, but with the range gun, it's going to be really difficult for Paralon. Another reason why Aeon is so strong on these maps, where you can invest much less than a full gun upgrade in cost and get much longer range than a gun upgrade. So, for the other factions. So.
In this particular circumstance, Petric might actually prefer Aeon range gun to a full Seraphim gun, because he has the power to OC pretty constantly. He's floating like plus 200 there for a while. He can just set target ACU, auto OC, and then Paralon's ACU will immediately melt. Especially because all his units are like dipping. Paralon, I think you need those. Yeah, here they come back.
Yeah, Paralon looks to be in serious trouble now. I mean, he has less units next to the ACU, doesn't have an upgrade. Still, I don't think he's ever had these mexes on the left side for very long at all. Interesting drop from Petric there. Don't really know what that's gonna achieve,
Mass donation,
except
perhaps?
delivering.
He feels a bit bad.
Exactly. Oh, the Zooies deal with the mass, so there's none left.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Paralon there.
Mm.
But I guess the T2 Mex is about to pay for itself. Just now.
Yes.
Nothing else important happened in the meanwhile. Right?
Nothing. Petric has also started a T2 Mex. It's about 60%.
Um,
So, important lesson: don't allow your opponent to have any advantage over you if you can help it. And yeah, we'll see how long this game continues. I mean, what's the plan for Paralon here? He's stabilized in a weaker position, basically. Is what we can see. So he's going to make the gun.
yeah,
Very unsurprising.
yeah, I think that's the plan. You get gun, you try to lock down the left side for the 10 millionth time,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just try to push. Something, anything, really. And then you pray that you actually successfully execute the push, and Petric
Well,
messes up.
that's a rather vague and hopeful plan, but I don't have a better one.
Well, I mean, it's a tournament game. Sometimes your plan has to be hope the other guy screws up. And sometimes that works.
Sometimes Petric retreats now, gets finishes his double gun suite, gets the speed gun as Paralon takes the time to make his own gun upgrade. So obviously both these guys are well aware of the position, and so they both end up making the gun at the same time. The game sort of stabilizes. Both players recognize they have a bit of time to do something, and they don't waste any time. Both of them assisting their upgrades as well. So
Actually, very
now,
similar army numbers for both of these guys. About 4K mass invested for both of them. And they both have gun. I mean, slightly superior gun for Petric. Slight map control advantage for Petric, but it's actually more even in the tank count than you might expect.
yeah. And now as the numbers grow of Aurora, I mean, generally it's thought that they increase in strength as there's more numbers, but also the Zooies are going to have a lot more targets. I mean, they're not going to miss so often, so the Zooies are also going to be a bit stronger, or maybe a lot stronger than in the early game. So there's, maybe it's not so hopeful, not just hopeful for Paralon to think he can make something happen. The problem is he still is against a double gun ACU.
And Petric is just going to kite him perfectly. Paralon's going to have to go and juke behind the cliff. But he's losing a lot of HP just to the superior range of the Aeon gun.
Yes, he is. And I'm wondering, is there energy storage for Paralon? He's going to need overcharges.
Nope.
I don't see one. Overcharge is hugely important part of the ACU damage versus units and versus ACUs.
But he doesn't have the power to use it, so.
No, but he does also look to have maybe a few extra P-gens compared to Paralon.
Yeah, about 100 power up there. But he's using all of it, because now he has T2 land and he's making blazes, a T2 NG, a whole lot of stuff, really. So I think that's where we're seeing Petric has been investing his mass. Not into army, but into a T2 land upgrade.
Yeah, I like the T2 land switch, because, again, as you said, you were pointing out, they have very similar army numbers. So that means that, realistically, Paralon can't make any breakthroughs anywhere. Because you can see, I mean, Petric's covering the entire front line with his army. It's very well spread. And, so he goes for T2 land. He's going to have superior units now. Especially against, there's going to be a huge amount of Zooies. I mean, there's more Zooies than anything else. There's barely any Thams anymore. Zooies versus Blazes, not a fight that the Zooies are going to enjoy at all.
And Paralon cannot catch a single break over on the left side. He gets this PD up, immediately it dies. This push is going to come in, deal damage to the mexes. I think some of these T1 mexes he's built haven't even paid for themselves. Like, they've died within the 18 seconds after construction.
Yeah, you might be right. But at least when you build them, well, you see, the next one's build twice as fast, so you still have the wreck, you know.
Consolation
Any
prize.
T, yeah, any T2 land from Paralon? I don't see it. I do not see it. There also is the option of, mobile shields, which is going to be, again, just make this ACU even more powerful. But for now, it looks like he wants energy for overcharge, so he's just going to be making blazes at the moment. Fast
Blazes.
units get to the front line very quickly.
They're a decent unit to fight versus a gun ACU, considering how cheap they are. Also, they
Yep.
can't be hit unless they're OC'd, it appears.
Yes, some nice hover dodging there. Classic hover unit pathfinding.
Alright, here we go. Paralon pulling everything to the middle, and Petric following up with a similar strategy.
Yeah, Petric has to always be aware of, just getting drawn here because it's obviously a huge threat at all times. Actually, that's why he's building a T2PD. I love the Oblivion turret back here. Now, maybe it's not in the best position.
I don't think it'll be up in time.
Although,
Like, Paralon is ready to go commit to this draw. Like, he actually has more HP than Petric's ACU. He's 2 vets up. Petric is going to grab the first vet just now. But now, there we go. The Aurora are thrown into the fire as Paralon is just OCing the ACU and everything around it. Yeah, I think this is an attempt to force a draw.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, he's getting close. I mean, okay, the Oblivion turret comes on. That's going to give a nice amount of damage. Actually, the Oblivion turret not shooting the ACU.
It's going to shoot a few Zooies, but, like, maybe
Petric
this
needs
isn't
to
a draw.
focus
Maybe
the
this is a
ACU.
win.
No, it can't be a win, surely.
Surely, he's... Paralon, alright, now the Oblivion turret, and yeah, Paralon taking some of the damage off his own ACU, and there we go, down into the red for him. Petric also into the red. This is a draw if Paralon wants it, and there we go. Game 2 is a draw.
He wants it, alright. I mean, that's...
I think this
Petric's not going to be happy.
This is the result Paralon probably could hope for after that rocky start. He did manage to just get in there, abuse the fact that Aeon can't handle these close-in engagements as well, and just got him.
Yeah, the problem was Petric allowing the ACU into range. And Paralon, had a lot of HP at that point. He had like 9 or 10k. Petric hadn't got as much vet throughout the game. So it wasn't as high in HP, didn't have as much regen, and also, I think, waited too long to commit the Aurora. If he had committed the Aurora 5 seconds earlier to focusing on the ACU, I don't think he actually gets drawn there. But that's a tough call to make.
Alright. Well, what'll actually happen is we'll just reward the points to whoever wins this game. I wonder, should I put, like, player 1 wins, player 2 wins, and then a draw option to bet on?
Well, yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think we might do that going forward. So people can get the very high risk reward.
Yeah, I didn't cop that the points you were talking about were channel points. I missed that. I was thinking ranking points.
Oh yes, those, the actual points. Yeah, no.
No. Yeah, I was thinking of the less important points.
Yeah, everyone cares about channel points.
Mm-hmm.
It adds an interesting dimension to stream chat. People like gambling.
Some nice chat interaction.
Gotta boost that viewer engagement.
Yeah.
Alright, what did the mod do? Alright, who's messing with my mod stuff? Or did they just, Alright, someone is screwing up. And has bet Tagada versus Paralon. Alright, if whoever's doing that could just, like, not... I'd appreciate it, thanks. Tagada's currently winning 92%.
I mean, that's a very impressive percentage for a player not in the game.
I know, right? It's incredible.
I guess you really should vote for Paralon here. Because he's the only option that has a chance, in my view.
Yeah, I
Although
mean,
it seems like it might be a controversial opinion.
Tagada surely has a 0% chance of winning this game.
Mm, there's a chance maybe he gates in halfway through and with a splash gun and just kills everyone.
Yeah, Galactic War style. Let's go.
Yeah. Right, let's see the... Looks like the build is exactly the same for Petric. Unsurprising. Second air from Paralon.
Tagada's up to 88%. God.
Strong play.
Very strong play. Oh. Oh no. So there's a game going on.
Yeah, there is, and I'm wondering. I think there was more damage to be done for Paralon.
I don't like the Celine. Like, it's just gonna get picked up by the ACU immediately.
Yeah, it's a bad position. That's true.
This other one, this NG is not guarded by a lab like it was last time.
No. So that's a kill right there. I mean, you probably, well, you do sacrifice the Celine in terms of having that intel there for the rest of the game, but I think it's worth it to just get the kill on the NG for sure.
Well, NG's gonna try to factory build his way out of this, and he might be able to.
Don't allow this.
The reinforcements are coming along. P-gen blocking. No, it's not enough.
Goes down.
Might actually pick up the scout too.
He won't have the intel for the rest of the game, but oh, here comes the bomber and gets one kill.
Oh, that's really nice.
Oh, that was a very nice little hover there.
Oh, Paralon just on point. Getting the expanding NG kill. There's now a single engineer in this entire base. Petric's ACU is now perhaps thinking about going back to be build power.
I don't think he'll go backwards, but he may throw down a factory. There was a very nice dodge from Petric, though, saving an engineer in the base shortly after. A lot of labs around, and not a lot of THAMs to deal with them.
Yeah, and this time, Petric's push on the left side is not going to work. There's enough, well, a THAM there for Paralon, and that is sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
And now...
Yeah, a lot of the labs were sent to the right side. Also, another expanding engineer went down, and a lab going to be bombed. I mean, bombing labs, if there's no dodges, it's a lot of damage, you know. Labs running past an NG on the right side, by the way. That's a bit of a mistake.
Unfortunate bomber going after this NG, but doesn't get the drop and dies to 2 MAA.
Yeah, it actually dropped on the unfinished factory.
These labs are just getting terrible trades for Petric this time around. Like, Paralon, he's kind of figured this out, I think, a little bit.
It's a much stronger start. I mean, the bombing run initially did extremely well. The labs have not gotten return damage. Like, the right side, that NG somehow escaped 3 labs, and then all the labs died without really doing much damage at all.
Although, in true Paralon fashion, he will completely lose the left side yet again.
Yeah. I mean, really...
the NG dies to the bomber. There's 2 MAAs protecting it, and it just dies. And the bomber lives!
Oh my god.
What a god.
That is actually...
He's gonna come over to the left side
nice.
and bomb that NG.
Does he have an order? No, he has a move order.
Well, there's MAA and Scout, so surely this doesn't work.
He's searching.
He sees it.
If he finds this...
Oh, he's got the attack order, but I think the turn is bad. Yeah, he's starting to dodge. And the MMA is being brought in front. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Or is it?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Bomb does get off.
Oh, that's a kill.
Wow. The
And
dodge, the MAA positioning, all of it completely irrelevant. As Paralon just kills the expanding NG to show how good he is at microing bombers. And then the other NG that's coming.
Look at this.
Look
at how exposed Petric is.
How are these tanks even here? How did they get here? What's going on?
Well, they just ran through the middle, but look at Petric's ACU. He is in serious trouble here. He has to really abuse the crap out of this hill if he's going to save himself, because even this many tanks with an ACU, he's getting crushed here. I think he's dead.
I think so too. Like, where are his tanks? He's got Aurora that are on the other side of the map. He's losing map control left and right, and the ACU is just melting. He's down below half health. Paralon literally is at full. And Paralon just has plenty of units to come stream in. Heck, you could probably build an energy storage and get away with it.
Now this is one of the real pains of Aurora is they're not as good at other tanks as just saving your own ACU, because if you send them in, they die, twice as quick. So he's so low on HP now. I don't see how he gets away when Paralon still has 11k. Paralon can tank damage for forever now.
Yeah, now the Aurora, they're not even trying to block, because I think Petric knows this isn't a fight he's ready to win.
I think at this point he knows that there's no escape.
Yeah, he's trying to bring Paralon's ACU down, and he's getting it into the yellow.
He is actually.
A nice vet there from Petric.
He gets the vet, that's huge, but is it enough? It seems unlikely.
Does it even matter?
Moving on the left.
It might, maybe? Paralon's actually dying kind of quickly here. Maybe.
Is he taking fervor fire? Oh my god.
Oh, he vets on the ACU kill, which doesn't technically matter, but he would have survived at about 300 HP. So way closer than probably Paralon wanted to cut it.
Yeah, way closer than I thought it was going to be.
But hey, take your wins. Take your wins.
Yeah, no, that's going to be... That hurts.
All right.
That hurts, Petric.
So all the people who bet on Tagada, I guess, you're out of luck.
They had the perfect chance. There was one right answer. One possible right answer. And they failed.
They failed.
Sorry, guys.
GG. You messed up.
Chat showing us their high-level gameplay.